Today. Welcome to Weekend Edition. I'm Krystal Paco, so glad you could join us. Former police officer and murder suspect Mark Torrey Jr. is scheduled to appear in court on Monday. At issue is when he'll be heading to trial. He was initially set to face a jury this month, but both parties have asked the court for a continuance. Defense requested a March 2017 date, while the government has asked for a date closer to the start of the new year. Back in 2015, Torrey and fellow officer Albert Piolo were off duty when Torrey allegedly shot Piolo in the chest. When Piolo phoned 911 for help, he told dispatchers Torrey was with him at the time. A pretrial conference is scheduled before Judge Michael Bordallo on October 17. Also set to appear in court this week is Quadlin Gorong. Gorong is accused in a 2014 triple fatal auto ped in Jigo. Three best friends, 16-year-old Sally Santos, 19-year-old Cherika Gallon, and 16-year-old Julia George were walking home late one night when they were allegedly struck by Gorong's 2005 Nissan Sentra. Her court appearance on Tuesday is in anticipation of her trial at the end of the month. More with court news. Longtime University of Guam professor Dr. Michael Ellert will appear in court this week. Ellert is accused of sexually assaulting two female students at an off-campus event. At issue are findings from the UOG investigation and whether the personnel records may be used as evidence in trial. During a hearing to suppress earlier this month, Ellert testified he was compelled to participate in UOG's investigation because failing to do so would mean the allegations would be accepted and he'd be deemed guilty. Ellert's hearing is scheduled for Wednesday before Judge Fern Perez. While the general election is less than a month away, another vote will take place on Monday, strictly for the island's youth. Ken Kitiniza has more on the Guam Youth Congress.
It's really a voice and outlet for Guam's youth.
And it's a place where many of Guam's leaders got their start. First established in 1975, the Guam Youth Congress was created to give our island youth a chance to learn about the legislative process. Current Guam Youth Congress Speaker Lawrence Alcairo explains.
The Guam Youth Congress is a youth legislative body, part of the Guam legislature, that serves to help young adults and youth learn more about the legislative process, get involved, and they have their own rules, their own committees, their own powers, and all bills that are passed by the Guam Youth Congress are actually supposed to be forwarded to the Guam legislature for action as with the legislative bill.
And while they may be young, Alcairo says the Guam Youth Congress has made a difference and has even helped influence how policy is written. He says recent bills and resolutions have been forwarded to senators involving repealing pay raises, the preservation of the Chamorro culture, and taking a stand against the Fujita culvert. Members of the Guam Youth Congress are also allowed to sit on governmental groups like the FESPAC Committee and the Commission on Decolonization.
It's a training ground. That's really what it is.
According to a letter from Senator Michael San Nicolas, who not only chairs the Committee on Youth Development, but was once a speaker of the GYC himself, membership is open to all villages, high schools, the Guam Community College, and the University of Guam. Potential candidates and voters must be at least 14 years old and not be turning 25 before the end of the term. Alcairo says joining Guam Youth Congress has been a worthwhile experience.
Government is always going to play a role in our lives, whether or not you expect to have a career in public service or not. It's just a greater understanding of what it means to have government in our lives and what you can do as both a citizen and as maybe an elected official someday. The
Guam Youth Congress election is set for Monday, October 17th. Alcairo says to check with your school administration or your mayor's office to learn of the candidate. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.
While the full opening isn't set until March, the Department of Chamorro Affairs and GITA are hoping lawmakers move forward with legislation to provide more funding for the long-awaited Guam Museum. Bill 371 would lift the $27 million cap of the museum expenditures and move savings from other hot bond projects to help with additional costs. GITA Administrator Jay Rojas says they are projecting approximately $800,000 to complete the construction, fabrication of exhibits, and media production.
Being requested. We simply would like to use the savings from other projects to complete the highest priority project so that residents and visitors can begin to learn and enjoy what the Guam Museum has to offer.
Rojas says 19 of the 22 projects under the Hot Bond program have already been completed. He adds while liquidated damages have been assessed for every day the project is delayed, it's insufficient to cover the additional cost. The Guam Department of Education hopes to teach students to build rovers that can travel to different worlds throughout the universe in an effort to spark their interest in STEM fields. Isa Baza has more.
It's what many students dream about, traveling through space to other worlds. And the Guam Department of Education is hoping to leverage that interest to better teach them skills in science, technology, engineering, and math. Managing consultant with McCrell International, Whitney Cobb, trained teachers this week on how to incorporate these methods into the classroom. She was here on behalf of the CosmoQuest project, supported by NASA's Discovery and New Frontiers program.
So, for example, perhaps they want to go to Europa, and they've heard that Europa, we've seen on the surface of Europa that there are all of these fissures, these lines that indicate that it's an icy shelled surface with potentially even a slushy ocean where there's active tectonics going on today. So it's got the biggest shot that we have of having life someplace else in the solar system. And NASA's next big mission is going to this moon of Jupiter called Europa. So maybe they want to go to Europa and they want to land and they want to do something like drill down to see if there is an ocean or see what the composition of the crust of Europa is, something like that. So they're going to build a little rover that's going to answer these science questions.
Cobb said the program is astronomy-based and planetary science-focused.
In other words, that we're studying our planets and moons and comets and asteroids using robotic spacecraft.
The project helps foster creativity, problem-solving, and critical thinking skills in students. It's also inspired by real NASA missions throughout the solar system and has real-world applications. She said the goal is to spark students' interest in what they can do in their future careers, but said it all starts with the teachers.
If our teachers have parallel experiences, then they're much better able to take that energy, excitement back into the classroom and be truly inspiring to their students, and using the STEM, the science and technology, engineering and mathematics of NASA to help drive that. So that's our hope.
The training also focused on blending art and science throughout the program. It was the first time this training has been conducted on Guam. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
There are many services that islanders are clueless about, oftentimes because of a lack of transportation and unforeseen obstacles. These services are overlooked. Alyssa Eclavea has more with Big Brothers, Big Sisters Guam.
With the one-stop-shop mobile office, Big Brothers and Big Sisters brings the services to you. Big Brothers and Big Sisters Guam Administrator Vanessa Estalia.
The One Stop Shop is a service that we recently began. It's through a grant from the Office of Insular Affairs, the Department of Interior. And the main goal really is to assist Micronesian families as they transition from moving from the FSM to Guam. So we offer information services, trainings, sometimes some casework, some one-to-one assistance. And we also partner with other organizations, nonprofit organizations and government agencies to help these families navigate the system.
In their efforts to assist the Micronesian community, Big Brothers Big Sisters have made weekly visits to the Harmon Hemlani apartment since July of this year.
There's youth who are disengaged because they live in a very urban area. There's no place for them to play. They can't play basketball in the parking lot. They can't play anything because there's just no space. There is an alcohol abuse problem among youth. It's no secret. You go there and you see teenagers getting drunk in the corner. There's a lack of parental supervision.
The organization has also collaborated with public health in providing parenting classes. Their one-stop-shop mobile office brings these services to families who have limited access.
We think it's really important because although there's a lot of good programs out there, what we're finding is they're not necessarily getting to the individuals who need them most. And that's through a number of barriers. First of all, language. The information is not accessible to the clients who need them, so our staff speaks collectively 4 languages.
Here at the Rotary of Tumon Bay, Guam, Big Brothers and Big Sisters hope to reach more into the community by using their one-stop shop. For more information, please call 789-1265. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Alyssa Eclavea.
Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we'll rehash some of the latest in D16 stories, and still to come, the Guam Crime Stoppers report.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
IT&E is giving away a trip to Manila, plus other fabulous prizes during our Stay In and Win prepaid promotion. All you have to do is stay in IT&E's 4G LTE network. Keep topping up load, and you're eligible to win. 10 winners will receive a $10 load every Friday during the promotion. Stay in for 3 months, and you could win a 3-month Hulu gift card. Stay in for 6 months, and you're entered to win the grand prize, a trip for 2 to Manila. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details or visit ite.net. Pay. Life in motion.
Go for the Coco! Register for the Guam Coco Road Races! The all-new Coco Road Race is bigger and better than ever! So join the Coco and start training today! We've added a 10K run-up to the half marathon and Edgerton relay! Run in costume and win cash prizes! Enjoy the live entertainment at the post-race monster bash after the races! Register online now for the Guam Coco Road Races at GuamCocoRoadRace.com.
It's Chucktober at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam. Get a treat bag when you wear your costume to come play. Medium cheese pizzas are just $12, mummy dogs are $3.99, and cotton candy is $1.99. Sign up for the costume contest on the 29th. Enjoy Chucktober at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam.
Senator Brant McCready continues to address issues head-on that matter most to the people of Guam. Senator McCready has fought to reduce senatorial salaries since his first term in 2013. He fought to eliminate wasteful spending at the legislature by introducing a measure that would prohibit the use of government funds for travel. Senator McCready continues to invest in public safety by introducing legislation to hire 200 new police officers to protect and serve our community. Senator McCready fights for victims of violent crimes by introducing the Vulnerable Victims Act of 2014 and 3 Strikes Law. In addition, he defends victims of sexual abuse with the Predator Prevention Act and the Chemical Castration for Sex Offenders Act of 2015. Senator Brant McCready works to protect your family and Guam's future.
Vote for your public safety senator, number 10 on the Republican ballot.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
All right, everybody, we are now in what would be considered the home stretch heading into the general election of Decision 2016. My good friend Sean Gumatata, lifelong Oakland A's fan, is here. And we are talking about politics and hopefully some sports analogies with that.
Right, the game of politics that it is.
There you go, exactly. And there is a definite strategy, and you have to be kind of methodical and pace yourself as you go along. So as we head into, the 7th inning stretch, if you will, there's a big push right now to get more registered voters on Guam. In your time working in and out of politics and everything, what is the ballpark, again, figure of how many registered voters there are on Guam?
Well, it's interesting, Jason, over in midterms, they're traditionally lower than the big general elections. The general elections had averaged in some of the highs of 80, 85% voter turnout. But we've seen a marked difference, right? Especially in the last general election, in the last couple of cycles, in the 42, 43. There's been some talk that there may be a 40% voter turnout for this particular election. So it's incumbent on all of us, not just those who are part of campaigns or on either side of the aisle. It's all of us in terms of wanting to ensure that our voices are heard. And and if you go out there and vote, then it means a lot. It's a big deal for everyone.
Now, what do you attribute to the fact that because I mean, it's one thing to say GEC did its very best job and they got all these people registered, and for some reason, not all of them actually made it out to the polls. I mean, you have to actually register everybody, and then execute, and then get them all to go out and cast a ballot.
So your question is, what's been causing them not to vote?
Yeah.
I think a lot of it, in my opinion, has been apathy. When I've been out in the villages, I was just out canvassing the villages earlier this week, and a lot of the folks are saying, I'm not going to vote because it's rigged, or I'm not voting because the same people are going to get in, so why do it? So we try to encourage people to say, hey, if you have a particular person or issue that you're trying to get accomplished, do go out and vote. It's very important to get your voice heard. People they're so apathetic to it that they just feel out to stay home.
That's kind of the most doomsday situation of all, because actual registered voters losing faith in the process.
Right, and I think that the Guam Election Commission has done a lot. Campaigns have done a lot. Individual candidates have done a lot to get people to get out and vote. There's voter drives all the time. We're seeing a lot more of them, and as we get closer to the deadline, which I think is sometime in the next week or so, it's going to be more and more important to get everyone to come out and vote. And I would be the first to tell everyone to get out and vote. And we'll watch the results on election night right here on KUAM, and you'll see your vote put to good use when you see either changes in lawmakers, or you're going to see changes of who's going to different offices.
Now, that's the traditional demographics that we've been talking about. Now, let's concentrate on probably the most challenging market to appeal to is the millennial market.
Yes.
It's fashionable within that crowd to say, I don't care about anything. And, we've got our own set of ideals and everything like that. And it's kind of, it doesn't involve that stuff. How do we actually get them interested in politics to the point where they say, hey, if you participate in everything, you can actually be part of change?
I think that's a great point. They are very important for everyone right now. I think that for them, they need to know that their vote matters. Second, that the issues that affect them the most, the economy, jobs, those pocketbook issues, that those are being addressed. They don't want to hear any excuses for why those can't be addressed. And I think the millennials are very valuable to not only this cycle, but they're going to play a big role in the general election in 2 years. And everyone is really trying to figure out, how do I get that across? Also on the national side, that's also been the biggest hang up for both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, is that those two candidates for president, they're not being, there's nothing that they're offering that they're buying right now that millennials are buying today.
And maybe for the millennials, talking to them directly right now, young men and women,
right?
What are the major differences between a Republican and a Democrat, specifically on Guam?
Well, I mean, it goes back to a couple things. And this is just from going back to basic, civics class. Again, someone likes big government, someone likes small government. There's issues on life, this whole idea of either choice and life, and then of course the strong defense and not so strong defense. Those are three very bare bones issues that separate Democrats and Republicans.
So should, at that point in these young people, I mean, they're either beginning college, they're like a couple years out of college, really finding their place in the real world and everything like that. Should they try and maybe go to a couple pocket meetings and maybe see what appeals more to them and develop these allegiances?
They should also. I mean, they're getting talked to at home. They're watching at the kitchen table, watching this program, and they're asking their parents and their grandparents, who have very definitive ideals of what a Republican and Democrat are, how to vote. But they should be a little bit more active, listen to some of the stuff on campuses, watch this program, watch the D16s, and then make the choice themselves.
All right, Sean. Well, thanks as always. We appreciate it.
All right, not a worry.
All right, and unfortunately about your A's, maybe next year.
I know.
we'll talk about that. Okay, we're going to go talk baseball and everything. We'll see you on the flip side of this break. Hey.
Why aren't you training for the Coco's Kids race, bro? Shoo, not even fair, bro. I'll just win that. Boom!
Calling all parents. Sign your kiddos up for this costume run October 29th. Register now at GuamCocoRoadRace.com.
It's the kickoff to savings event at Cars Plus in Muncie, going on now through September. Save thousands on a brand new Hyundai. Experience the award-winning Hyundai lineup with the best warranty on Guam. 10 years or 100,000 miles. The 2017 Hyundai Elantra starting at just $16,995. That's right, a 2017. Or how about the Hyundai Accent starting at just $11,995? Unbeatable. SUV lovers, the Hyundai Tucson is starting at just $21,995. The perfect vehicle for those tailgate parties. Visit CarsPlusGuam.com for easy shopping and quick financing. Kick off the savings going on now at Cars Plus, driven by you.
Advances in technique and medications used to prevent dental pain have shattered the myth that a dental visit is something to fear. Even the dreaded root canal or wisdom tooth extraction. Swabbing or spraying a topical numbing agent on before the injection and using different techniques and anesthetics can create a relatively comfortable or pain-free injection. Injections are often the most feared procedure. Some patients don't like the sounds or the vibrations of decay removal. If you're still nervous or you gag easy, despite these techniques, very safe oral medicines can be taken before your dental appointment to eliminate all fears, or some clinics use nitrous oxide gas. Pain relievers can easily be prescribed to eliminate mild to severe dental discomfort after any visit. For your Helpful Dental Minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. We shall never know all the good that a simple smile can do.
Half a day, I'm Roy Respicio. As your senator, I worked hard to find new funding for the hospital, for the schools, for our law enforcement. I support the deportation of all foreign habitual criminals. In this November election, I humbly ask for your vote so I can continue to stand up for you. It's what I've done, and you can count on it.
A well-put-together man is said to be sharp. At GMC, we get why people appreciate that kind of precision. After all, precision is the kind of sharp that slices through a crowd. This is the precision of professional grade. Step up to GMC and get $8,000 below MSRP on select Yukon Denali vehicles in stock. Visit AutoSpot GMC today.
Hi, all young ones. We know you are out there getting ready for Halloween, so your good friend, Officer Paul Tapao, your good friend and mine, is here, and we are going to talk about not only getting ready for Halloween, but in particular, what homeowners and people that actually invite people for Halloween parties and just want to pass out candy, what they can do to be safe.
Yeah, you know, Halloween is a special time for the kids because, one, they get to dress up as their favorite characters, you know, wear the costumes, when they, you know, it's a festive time because they're going to be walking around the neighborhoods looking for the best streets. But, you know, you as a homeowner, again, we like to thank the homeowners, the responsible homeowners who take the time to make their home safe. You know, you're going to have a lot of foot traffic coming into your driveway and everything. Please make sure that your driveway is well lit. That way kids don't stumble and fall as they're walking up. You know, they may, you know, the rumor might be that this house has the biggest Kit Kat and Milky Way bars that they're giving out. So
they're giving away Butterfingers, bro.
Kids are going to be flocking there and everything. And, you know, you want to start with the driveway, make sure it's well lit, and make your home inviting. You know, if you have Halloween gadgets and everything that you want to put up to be in the festive mode for Halloween, you know, make sure that kids can see it. Make sure that the wires are not put out to where the people walk over it, they don't trip over it. You know, take the time to assess your home to make sure that the foot traffic, in a way, it's not going to interfere with what your decorations that you put on, and, you know, make it inviting. Really, it is. The more inviting your home is.
Tell me what house is passing out the Kit Kat, because that sounds good. I love Kit Kat.
Oh, that's the best. I always screen my kids' bags every time, you know, I'm chaperoning them. Like, the first thing I go
screen, right?
Yeah.
What happened to all the Kit Kat? Oh, Dad's got it.
Daddy approved. So, you know,
So, you know, Guamanians have gotten rather creative and, you know, with safety in mind, Paul, over the years. But sometimes before, you would say, like you just advised, they say, you know, light the entire walkway up to the door.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can get expensive, or, you know, like, it's not always available. Sometimes you got a good street light. So some people actually take all of the candy and they put out like a lawn chair and they meet the kids like over at the sidewalk right underneath the street light.
Yeah, that also is great too, because, you know, it keeps the kids from going into your property. It keeps anything from happening with your property.
If you got a dog.
Yeah, if you stay by the gated area, you can actually just hand your candies out there. And, it really varies with different homeowners and how they do it. But, take the time. If you are inviting people to walk up to your house, make sure that it's well lit and make sure it's free from any obstacles that kids might trip over.
Now, for people that want to play music, that might be a little bit of a distraction. Do you have like any problem with people like, putting out like maybe, like an iPod or, even for people that still have boom boxes and everything like that, and maybe turning the music a little bit loud?
No, some of the houses, they actually play like scary, soundtracks to movies that, you're walking and you hear the soundtrack to Friday the 13th or Amityville, and it's like, oh, this is creepy. Yeah, it's like, oh, wow, these guys are really in the Halloween spirit. But, it really is the creativity of the homeowners and how they approach it. And, safety should always be in mind.
All right. Well, I understand a pachinko parlor is this week's crime of the week.
Yeah, this is the rash of pachinko robberies that we've been seeing. So this is your crime of the week.
All right, let's see.
On Thursday, the 25th of August, at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, officers from the 2120 Precinct Command responded to a robbery call at the Game Time game room located at the Airport Plaza in Tumuni. Now, according to the police report, two unknown male individuals wearing green long-sleeve jackets entered the game room, with the individual splitting up, with one suspect entering the cashier's cage and with the other suspect standing outside the cashier's cage acting as a lookout. The suspects then began demanding money as the suspect within the cashier's cage pulled a black handgun from his bag and started pointing the gun at the cashier. Fearful for her safety, the cashier immediately complied with and handed the suspect an unknown amount of U.S. currency. Both suspects were then seen fleeing out the main entrance to the establishment. As a result of this robbery, no one was harmed. The victim only described the suspects to be male locals, and the Guam Crime Stoppers and the Guam Police Department need your help in reference to this robbery case. If you have any information about this crime or any other crime, please call Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. That's 477-4357. You can also send a text to 486-HELP. That's 486-4357. You can also submit information of a crime through our webpage at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. or call the Guam Police Department at 475-8615, 6 or 7. Guam Crime Stoppers wants to remind the public that we do not use caller ID and you do not have to leave your name. You can receive a cash reward of up to $1,000 if the information provided leads to the arrest and conviction for the person or persons responsible for this crime or any other crime.
All right, Officer Tapao, final tip for people that will be hosting trick-or-treat events or even full parties. Sometimes adults want to dress up too because they can get the kids really into it. But if adults dress in like a certain like costume, they can scare away like the real little kids. So what would you recommend? Maybe the Iron Man, not necessarily, you know, the Grim Reaper. And
It's pretty much the theme of the house. And if you're escorting young adults or toddlers and everything, and you feel that it's not age appropriate, then you might think twice. But really, for the enjoyment and the excitement, hey, why not? You know, go for it.
Hey, nothing wrong with My Little Pony. You know?
There's nothing wrong with walking into that house at Barragata Heights that has that haunted house. I mean, we get a kick out of that. Even still until my age, I enjoy it. So, you know, by all means, you know, knock yourself out, but be safe about it.
Okay, and there's a lot of neighborhoods just like Barragata Heights, like you talked about last week, Barragata Heights, Hyundai down in Santa Rita and everything. And the community there all gets together and they collectively make sure that everybody that visits there has a really safe time.
Yeah, you know, that's just the hallmark names that everybody says, you know, that everybody wants to visit. So there is that reputation to protect, you know, that, hey, I got to carry this out again this year because kids came to my house because they wanted to see this decoration. And, you know, people put out for this. People go the extra mile, and it's fun. It's enjoyed by both the young and the old.
Okay, Paul, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make you a deal. You get all the Kit Kat, I get all the Milky Way.
Absolutely. We'll take care of that.
Thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care.
Stay tuned. We're back after this.
These used cars are Nissan certified, and let me show you why I stand behind every used car that we sell. First, our certified technicians inspect every used car to make sure it's safe, reliable, and mechanically sound. Then any scratches and dings are given first-class treatment at our body shop. And after thorough detailing inside and out, the car is ready for sale. At a price that's always below Blue Book. That makes Nissan used cars your best buy.
Tourism. It's Guam's #1 industry. And if you look around, you'll see how it's working for all of us. The money we make from tourism goes into projects that keep our island beautiful. From all our major roadways to our village streets, from our historic parks to our pools and beaches.
Tourism works.
Tourism works. Tourism works.
Tourism works for me.
Brought to you by JVB, si Zeus Maasi for making Guam the best place to live, work, and visit.
Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be, you know that there are. You can do what you want. The opportunities are. You can make it all true. And you can make it undo. You see. You only need to know. And if you want to be me, be me. And if you want to be you, be you. 'Cause there's a million things to do. You know that there are, you know that there are.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
For the first time in 27 years, a non-luxury brand has won the prestigious J.D. Power Award for initial quality. And that brand is Kia. That's right, Kia, the automaker that brought you the funky award-winning Soul and the rugged Sportage SUV ranked highest among 33 of the world's best manufacturers. And your new Kia not only comes with award-winning quality, but it's backed up by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Quality comes standard with every Kia from Triple J. Check out our proud Kia lineup online at triplejguam.com. Get pre-approved instantly. triplejguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
And before we close out the news tonight, here's our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy birthday, Shaylin Lazama. And happy birthday, Sean Monforte, from your wife, Nikki. Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Make sure to include with your photo your name and birthday. And that's all the time we have. From all of us here at Guam's News Network, thanks for watching and have a safe weekend.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.